Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki is a personal finance classic that contrasts two different approaches to money and wealth, symbolized by the author's two father figures. His biological father, referred to as the poor dad, and the father of his childhood best friend, the rich dad. The book highlights the fundamental differences in mindset between the rich and the poor or middle class regarding work, money, and financial independence. The core premise revolves around how the lessons imparted by these two father figures influenced Kiyosaki's view of money, investing, and achieving financial success. Here's an in-depth summary that delves into the key themes and principles explored in the book. The two dads, contrasting views on money. Poor Dad, Kiyosaki's biological father. Kiyosaki's real father, a highly educated man with a good job, follows the traditional route of working hard, getting a good education, and seeking stable employment. Poor Dad believes that financial security comes from steady employment and that academic qualifications are essential to succeeding in life. Despite having a secure government job, he struggles financially and never attains wealth. Rich Dad, Kiyosaki's mentor. The rich dad, Kiyosaki's best friend's father, has a completely different approach. Despite lacking a formal education, he is an entrepreneur and investor who becomes wealthy through a mindset centered on financial education, strategic investing, and letting money work for him. Rich Dad teaches Kiyosaki the key lessons of financial independence, emphasizing building assets and minimizing liabilities. These two figures represent two distinct paradigms: the conventional wisdom that prioritizes job security and the more unconventional, entrepreneurial path that encourages financial literacy and investments to grow wealth. Key lessons from Rich Dad, Poor Dad. The importance of financial education. One of the book's central messages is the critical importance of financial literacy. Rich Dad emphasizes that it's not how much money you make that matters, but how much you keep and grow. People need to understand how money works, how to make it, how to manage it, and how to invest it. Traditional education, Rich Dad argues, focuses on academic and professional skills, but rarely teaches essential financial skills. Poor Dad, on the other hand, represents those who follow the conventional path of education, but are financially illiterate. Kiyosaki argues that schools prepare students to work for money, but don't teach them how to make money work for them. Assets versus liabilities. One of the most famous takeaways from Rich Dad, Poor Dad is the distinction between assets and liabilities. Assets, things that put money in your pocket. These could be investments such as real estate, stocks, bonds, and businesses that generate income. Liabilities, things that take money out of your pocket. Common liabilities include mortgages, car loans, and credit card debt. Many people confuse liabilities for assets. For example, people might see their home as an asset, but Kiyosaki argues that a home can be a liability if it's costing money in the form of mortgage payments, taxes, and upkeep without generating income. Rich Dad advises that the key to financial success is focusing on acquiring income-generating assets rather than accumulating liabilities. Kiyosaki describes the rat race as the cycle that most people are trapped in, working hard for money, earning a paycheck, paying bills, and continuing this cycle without ever truly becoming financially independent. Poor Dad believes in the security of this pattern, relying on steady employment to pay for expenses and hoping that one day retirement savings will be enough. Rich Dad, however, sees the rat race as a trap. He teaches Kiyosaki that financial freedom comes not from working for money, but by building a system where money works for you. This is achieved by generating passive income through investments and businesses. Mind your own business. One of the critical lessons from Rich Dad is that individuals should focus on building their own business rather than working for someone else's. This doesn't necessarily mean starting a literal business, but rather creating a system where you build and manage your assets. The goal is to reduce reliance on earned income, wages from a job, and increase passive or portfolio income through investments and entrepreneurial endeavors. Rich Dad urges people to focus on their asset column. Whether it's investing in real estate, stocks, or starting a side business, building these income streams is crucial for achieving financial freedom. The importance of taking risks. Kiyosaki notes that many people are afraid of taking financial risks, especially when it comes to investing. Poor Dad teaches him to play it safe, find a secure job, and avoid risks. But Rich Dad encourages a different attitude. Take calculated risks, be willing to fail, and learn from mistakes. According to Rich Dad, wealth is built through taking risks and seizing opportunities that most people overlook. Kiyosaki stresses that the fear of losing money often holds people back, but he emphasizes that financial setbacks are learning experiences that lead to growth. The power of corporations. Another significant lesson Kiyosaki learns from Rich Dad is the value of understanding how corporations work. Rich people, Rich Dad argues, use corporations to protect their wealth and minimize taxes. In contrast, the middle class and poor often rely on personal income alone and end up paying higher taxes as a result. Rich Dad explains the tax advantages of owning a business, using corporate entities to shield income, and reinvesting profits in new opportunities. Corporations provide legal and financial benefits that enable wealthy individuals to keep more of their money. Kiyosaki advises that early in one's career, the goal should be to gain experience and learn various skills rather than to earn the highest paycheck. He recounts how Rich Dad taught him that working to learn new skills like sales, management, and investing will pay off in the long term. The book suggests taking jobs or opportunities that provide new knowledge, even if they pay less, as the skills learned will eventually lead to financial independence. The Poor Dad, in contrast, focuses on the importance of specializing in a career and working for a stable income, which leads to limited opportunities for financial growth. One of the most motivational aspects of Rich Dad, Poor Dad is its emphasis on taking action. Kiyosaki believes that many people fail to achieve financial success because they remain passive, either due to fear, lack of confidence, or complacency. He encourages readers to develop their financial education, take control of their financial future, and act on opportunities as they arise. The book stresses that determination and persistence are key to overcoming financial hurdles. Kiyosaki himself faced failures and setbacks, but continued to push forward by learning from his mistakes and continually seeking new ways to grow his wealth. Despite its popularity, Rich Dad, Poor Dad has faced its share of criticism. Some critics argue that the book offers overly simplistic or anecdotal advice without concrete strategies for building wealth. Others have questioned the authenticity of Rich Dad as a real person, as Kiyosaki never provides details about his identity. Moreover, some financial experts argue that Kiyosaki's suggestions may encourage people to take unnecessary risks, such as leveraging real estate with debt or investing in markets without a proper understanding of the risks involved. However, many readers appreciate the book for its motivational tone and the way it challenges conventional financial wisdom. It is often seen as a catalyst for people to begin exploring personal finance and investing. Rich Dad, Poor Dad ultimately seeks to inspire readers to change their relationship with money. It promotes the idea that financial freedom is achievable through self-education, strategic investments, and a mindset focused on building assets rather than relying on traditional employment. The core lessons from the book, such as understanding the difference between assets and liabilities, avoiding the rat race, and taking control of one's financial destiny, remain highly influential in the personal finance world. In summary, the book encourages individuals to break away from the conventional thinking that ties wealth to hard work in a job, and instead adopt the mindset that true wealth comes from financial education, risk-taking, and creating passive income streams through smart investments. By applying the principles taught by the Rich Dad, individuals can shift from being employees who work for money to becoming investors and business owners who make money work for them.